never fails. Like, without fail. Every time I watch a movie that I give the coveted 10 out of 10 to, the very next movie I see is always shit. Here we are. What's going on, my YouTube subscribers? Hope you guys are having an amazing start to your weekend. And now we have another movie coming out along with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This time it's the horror movie known as The Boogeyman. Yes, The Boogeyman. That also came out this weekend. For all 10 of you that were like, the horror movie, right? It's out. I just saw it. And is the movie good? It's not good at all, really. It's kind of confusing, actually, because it feels like it's like two movies fused together. Like it's trying to be this kind of psychological, like, trauma movie and shit. But it was also at the same time like someone was like, you know what? That's a little too boring. Let's just throw in this boogeyman creature and make it like that. That'll work. It does not. I was really watching this movie, and one of the biggest things I say about it is the fact that the pacing is just terrible. The movie, I swear, the movie is only an hour, 38 minutes long. I swear it felt like 2 hours. Which is funny because the 2 hour, 21-minute movie that I saw last night felt like, that didn't feel like 2 hours at all. I felt like it was right in the pocket. Cool. Just should show you that pacing in movies are so important. Otherwise, it just makes your audience feel like time is just moving so slow. That being said, look at the protocols. I believe that The Boogeyman 2023 is in theaters now. It's going to be on Hulu in like 2 weeks. Here's what you need to know about it. Acting in the movie, the two actresses we're following mainly, they were cool. Fia Tratcher, that's her name. She's the main chick we're following, and she's kind of like, yeah, I'm in a horror movie in June that came out the same week as Spider-Man. I don't care. I will say the little saving grace is the little girl in the movie. I liked her because, again, she does what kind of like kid actors are starting to do in horror movies now. Just kind of just being like those funny like one-liners without crossing that line of cheese. I was like, oh, she's some funny shit. I liked her, gravitated more towards her. Then there's also the dad who was like, I swear, there was like a middle part of the movie where he just was not in it at all. And I literally watching it, leaning to the person next to me, I was like, what happened to the dad? What happened to him? And he just comes back in like, oh, so you are in this movie. Oh, you are in this movie. Okay. Plot movie, more or less. Okay, we're following these. First of all, when the movie opens up, it does open up a kind of like an effective scare because the boogeyman ends up killing this little girl and shit. To make the movie start off like, oh, so this kid just got murdered. So that's how we're starting the movie off. Okay, cool. And then we follow more or less, what was her name? Sadie Sadler. So we follow main chick number one. Follow her more or less. Her mother died. You know, her father, he's a psychiatrist. He's not, you know, paying attention to her at all and shit. I pay attention to her or her little girl's sister. So it's just like, if dad doesn't listen to us, what's gonna happen? And then like kind of like through an unrelated series of events, more or less, this guy comes in to the dad and he's just pretty much just like, I'm having like, you know, I did terrible things, but it wasn't me. It was something else. It was something in the closet. Now the boogeyman is affecting and haunting this family. That's it. Now, pros of the movie, I will say the boogeyman creature was effective. I'll give it that. Because they used it sparingly, and when they kind of did show the creature, you know, I kind of hate when it's like, oh yeah, you know, the creature and shit, we don't see it, it's in the shadows, but then when they do show it's a big CGI mess. I hate that. But I will say the creature design for it, I was like, even though it's CGI, it still kind of looks cool, looks unique, it looks different. I'll remember it in that aspect. The rest of the movie, and no. The horror moments did happen, few far in between. When I say few far in between, I mean like 30 minutes apart from each other. Jump scares, yeah, it was just like, oh, something's rolling into the darkness, and then it comes back, the character's like, what was that? And the creature's behind them, and you know, the bomb sound. You already know, bomb. That. Even though it's few far between, that's scares in the movie. Just jump scare. You get to the end of the movie, more or less, where it is like building all up and boogeyman's after him and shit. Even when you got 4 other girls that came in the movie, they were just like, okay, kill fodder. Boogeyman's gonna fuck him up. They just walked out the house perfectly fine. Scot-free. What's up real quick? Pretty much the Boogeyman is a horror movie that you're going to just watch maybe one time on Tubi and be like, ah, well, I guess I saw that. Cheap scares. At least the Boogeyman design was cool, but it didn't have to save the movie. It just has horrible pacing. The movie feels like it's just dragging on. It feels like it's like 2 movies fused into one and not done good at all. That being said, I'll easily say that the Boogeyman is definitely a 2 out of 10 with me. You're not going to remember it at all. Yep, not even going to just gonna say it. You ain't going to remember it. So see you guys in the next video. Next movie we're seeing on Monday is The Flash. That's what's going to be good. But if that movie's good, then that means that movie after that is going to be Transformers, and that might be bad. See how the universe just corrects itself. As always, subscribe. Until next time.